traveling back and forth with the garage, so I had only played 2 games, and obviously today I was trying to upload all of this.
That's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, I'm like 4 games away from par, I think. I just need to win 1 game and then series, basically. But yeah.
Do you think this Annie is good so far or not?
No.
Why do you think she's bad?
You should have started ordering the wave as well.
Okay.
Because she's trying to get a level 2 first, right?
Yeah. See how she moves back? This is not good, right? So, good. So you're actually looking at things now. The one thing this Annie is doing, I don't know if she's doing this subconsciously or accidentally or whatever, but she, not subconsciously but accidentally, she should just like stand over here and never stand next to the wave, right? So this is something that she's doing, and that's really good. And so what you should do is you should just move up and you should just queue the whole wave.
Okay.
Yeah. Alternatively, because she clicked backwards and she's already lost opportunities and first response onto lane, you have the liberty of autoing this melee minion and then trying to queue her through the wave. This is also doable, because then you also end up skewing the HP. The only downside with this opening is that, again, these are openings, okay? These are mid lane openings. Now, a downside with this opening is that you don't end up getting all out damage, but that doesn't really matter because she doesn't have any response damage onto the wave.
Yeah.
Right? And that's really good. Right? Should not be clicking side to side. Should be clicking back and forth. So clicks up and down don't do anything. They should always be up, right? Clicks like this. So clicks from point A to point B are okay if the enemy has like a skill shot that can go through minions, like Xerath Q, ZQ, or like stuff like that. But then movements up and down are better when you know that the enemy can't make linear, attacks onto you, and so you can begin to change the range. And it's so much superior than clicking from A to B, because clicking A to B doesn't do anything. Okay. Here, you just queue her. You should just be queuing her. You don't queue her. This is really concerning, right? And then you end up, already you can just queue her. You can easily thin these backlines, and you can hit her with an ability, and you don't do that. This is really poor. Okay, a little slow, but whatever. Okay. Again, you should look what you're doing. Your Q disappears because you move all the way back, right? Take north pocket instead, and now here, why click back? Your click is here. Why?
Yeah, it should be.
It should be forward. Annie's movement is to click this minion here. As Annie goes for this minion, your next movement should be up, Q. It's coming up.
Yep.
And then what's going to end up happening is you can start autoing this minion and then move down to the south side. That allows you to work on both of these minions. Okay?
Yeah.
There's also more optimal ways you can do this, but I mean, you have to first, like here even you can, there you could you could auto queue. Right, you could auto queue that. Right, so if you auto this and then you queue, then this minion goes down, you end up hitting her, then you move down backwards because you're on cooldown. But it doesn't matter because you're backwards, because then this minion is in close proximity for you to just auto, and then you move down to the south side. As this minion ends up dying, these 3 casters end up moving upwards, and they lock here. You can then take the south pocket and you can start working on them, and then that's when your Q will come up again, and hence when Annie will go back onto the north side because you're taking the south side, and she's going to be playing away from you, and so you can end up throwing again Qs within the within these 3 casters, and that allows you to get her HP and thin the wave, right? So you can start doing stuff like that as well. That's a little more advanced, but this is stuff that you want to start looking at eventually, right? Once you hit Diamond Master tier. Do you see the issues here? Your ability spacing, everything you're doing is just very loud. Like here, hit her. You missed. That's okay.
I remember. I think this game started out pretty, as in because now I can say that she was better good, but initially I was still kind of not sure what was if
that's good. That's really good. right? But
really good work.
That's a good QW.
Oh yeah.
Right, but it could be better. Right, in the sense where, let's say that. Okay, let's give you a hypothetical. Okay. Let's say that this wave is over here. Okay, this is wave 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say the third wave is at tier 2. Okay. So third wave is at tier 2 tower. It's right here.
Yeah.
Then, and let's say, for example, that there are more blues than reds. So let's get rid of this minion. Let's get rid of this minion. Let's say there is a 3 red to, let's say there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue ratio. Okay, hypothetical. What do you do? Do you think that this ability is fine?
No, I would rather push the wave.
Yes, you would exactly. You would rather push the wave. Yeah.
Fourth? Bounce back to fourth?
Yeah. Well, it'll bounce back on the fourth. The fourth and the fifth it'll bounce back on, right?
Yeah.
And then this only bounces back if you don't auto the next incoming wave, right? But this is stuff that you want to start looking at. But now, however, the range or where the third wave is relative to the clash, again, we're talking about Midlane Fundamentals. Your goals, right? Okay, yeah, like relative to the clash, is so far away, so that this ability, this Q plus W, ends up being okay. But now you kind of have to look at you have to ask yourself, okay, what is the proximity of the next wave? I know I want to shove this wave into her. So now let me start autoing this, and now while simultaneously doing that, you should be looking at what Annie's next auto attack is going to try to be, or the next Q is going to try to be, right?
Yeah.
And so then you wanna try to hit her, right? You wanna try to clip her with something.
Yeah.
Make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
This is all very Midlane fundamental,
Yeah. Yeah, and now it makes sense. Isn't like
That's really good.
3 weeks ago, probably.
That's not bad.
Isn't like I would say yes, but I would be like,
Yeah. This is okay if you're autoing. You should be autoing in between these little spaces.
Yeah.
You see these clicks? They're not good.
Yeah.
Annie's not in the range to hit you. Annie could move into you, but she's not.
Yeah.
Right? But at this point, even if Annie moves into you, you use her HP and your mana as like a buffer to get a better lane state. So you should be willing to lose like 20% HP to get these 3 casters killed and shove these blues into the tower.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you take a bad trade here. And the reason for this is because Annie is sitting at like 60% HP. You're sitting at about 95. So even if Annie chunks you down to 20% HP, you're still in the lead. Especially when you have a corruption potion and you have the biscuit.
Yeah.
So here you throw the wave into her and you let just take the damage, right? You don't do anything. This is bad.
Because the way.
This is really bad. This doesn't do anything for us. This has no purpose. This has no value. And you're gonna miss the last hit, by the way. See, because you just missed a minion. This doesn't do anything for us, right? And now look what ends up happening. Now the wave's in a very awkward spot. Now you're versus an Elise. So Elise right now should finish her clear timer in about 10 seconds or so. You can't kill these minions within 10 seconds.
Yeah, true.
And so, without exerting a ton of mana, but even then, it's not really optimal, because then you get an awkward lane state where you don't have any resources, and I mean, the biscuits and the potions aren't going to be enough for you to sustain full mana, and so what's going to end up happening is the lane's going to have like a reset at 6. Sorry, it's the 6th wave. Not level 6, the 6th wave, right? So it's kind of like a boxing ring where both of the fighters, like, they back off, and then they for round 2 happens at like the 6th wave, because that's when the first recall can happen. Okay, obviously this is not pertaining like fake recalls, or like, as people like to say, cheating recalls, or prematurely recall. I don't have a term for this, right? But like,
What you mean level 3?
Well, you can cheat recalls or in certain matchups and against certain champions, right? But like, let's not talk about that. You're in gold. In this case, it's like you don't really have a good setup for wave 6, and so what ends up happening is you get punished on wave 6, but then that trickles down to wave 7 and then wave 8 as well.
Yeah.
Right? And that's really bad. And then the next reset is on like the wave 9, but by then like you've already lost a lot of advantages. Okay, and we're not even like discussing like Udir's openings. Udir's a gold player. He's not gonna, you know. Again, the Q it doesn't do anything for us, and here it's just very awkward, right?
Yeah.
And he's playing really poorly, but that's besides the fact.
Yeah.
Okay. Here, just kill the wave. Get it into the tower. When you're in a lane state like this, your first priority should just be to kill. Like you're missing minions, by the way, while you do this.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah. Your first priority when you're inside of a lane state like this is you have to get it onto tower. Okay, you can't do that.
Yeah, I think sometimes I just run into the thing where well, at this point in the game, I understand that the player is good. So I'm just trying to abuse my range versus them.
Okay, but what if you die to Elise?
Yeah, no, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I need to get out of that mental.
This is pure aggression. This is bad.
Yeah.
Just because you have a range advantage doesn't mean you can just start, you know, milking it. You know, you can't just do that, because eventually there will come a time where jungler's gonna show up and you're dead, right? And then Annie wins in like all ends. So yeah, this is really bad by Annie. There you can move in to try to Q her, right? And we see Elise. You don't pan over to see Elise. You could even kill her here. I think.
Udyr was low, so like I.
Well, you don't look. How do you know if Elise isn't low?
So yeah, no, but like
look how slow that is. Look how slow. But look, it doesn't matter about the situation. Look at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Look. Okay, you should hit her. Move in. Good. Q. Okay. Elise shows. Elise just showed. Look at the map. Look how you pan over. Click it. Now, if this guy wasn't so low, and there was a fighting chance, and the fight extends, then Wukong has first response to the fight. You have first response to the fight. You win that. Right? Well, it also depends on where Wukong is and where Udyr ends up kiting to if he does have full health, or like at least 85 to 60% HP. But it's not about the situation, it's about how you react to the situation. What you actually, you know, do in the certain types of, you know. There, now here, look what she's doing, and look what you do. You don't do. Elise is in no proximity to actually hit you. You should tab, you should look at Elise's CS, and you should then deduct what camps she's taken versus how many, what her clear timer is going to be, relative to when she's going to be back onto the right-hand side. Now, we can get more advanced and look at the state of bot lane and then decipher what's going to happen in about 4 minutes to 4 minutes and 30 seconds to around 5, but you don't need to worry about that. Playing in gold, you need to look at the more simplistic stuff, and here, you're clicking backwards for no reason, when we know that Annie is inside this little death alcove here, or this little, you know, narrow area, and you have both your QW up. Not to mention, because we already discussed the fact that we want to bounce back wave 4 and wave 5, we have no incentive to actually auto this wave. And so, what ends up happening is because we know that the 5th and the 6th wave is going to come into us, we can easily just QW her right here, hit her HP, and then just back off. That's going to really screw her. And then what we can do is we can then kite down to the south side, and then we can kind of just play south pocket. Until Elise is kind of, you know, doing her thing. But Elise has no intentions to gank Annie, because Annie is going to be way too low at that point. And then what ends up happening is because you've already selected the south pocket, you can then go down into Raptors, which she most likely hasn't taken relative to the game timer that she shows up, onto the left-hand side of the jungle. And so now you can get a ward over here. And this will assist you in catching her back onto the transition onto the right-hand side of the map. And so what's going to end up happening now is you've successfully given information to your jungler, who is currently dead, your top laner, and your bot lane. So now bot lane can play relative to when Elise is going to be on the right-hand side. Now, obviously, this is gold elo, so they are not going to look. But this is how you play League of Legends.
Yeah.
Okay? Everything good?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So,
also, you're eating tower shots like fucking, like it's dinner. Like, don't, you know, I don't need to.
Yeah.
Okay, you were saying something. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, sorry. As in, like, I did what you said, but I did it slower. Like, what we discussed, what you discussed a second ago.
You're getting better.
I'm doing right now, but, like, slower.
Yeah, you're getting better.
So I talked to her, and then now I take this off over here.
Yeah, you're getting a lot better, and that's good. But it gets a lot deeper, right?
Yeah.
And again, here, like, there's no goal. Like what's going on? Why did you hit the next wave? Are you gonna shove the next wave? I don't advise it. Not when Elise, not when your left side is weak. Not when you have a dark right side. Udir's next path is gonna be back onto golems. You have a very weak top side. You have a very weak south side. And when I say weak, I mean there's no assistance for you, nor do you have any vision, even though you have a ward. But that's besides the fact, right? Like when you auto the wave, now you don't get the bounce back on the 5th wave. You get the bounce back on like the 7th wave. Make sense? Hello?
Sorry. Yes, it does make sense. I muted.
Yeah. No worries. So, like, when you play mid lane, you have to have a purpose. When you play without purpose, you play incorrectly. Even if the purpose is wrong, you should have a purpose for everything you do.
Yeah.
Okay? It doesn't matter if the purpose was incorrect. It doesn't matter if you tell yourself, I'm just going to push because that's my purpose. I'm going to push and bounce back wave 8. At least you have a plan. At least you have an intention of doing something. Having the wrong intentions is better than having no intentions.
Yep.
Because when you play on autopilot and you play arbitrarily and then you start RNGing, you sometimes win. You sometimes don't get ganked. You sometimes, do get ganked.
Yeah, no.
And when you keep rolling the dice every game, chances are you're going to be stuck in lower elo.
Yep.
Right?
I agree with it.
So you have to really start asking yourself these things. Let me turn you up a little bit here because I know you're a little quiet.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. Anyways, okay. Do you have any questions?
Not so far.
Ezreal just got a double kill. Look bot. QW her. Okay, well then again, you're out of mana.
Yeah, and Elise is still.
Elise is I'm so sorry. I just realized you're out of mana. I mean, if you had mana, you would QW her there, right? Here you don't. Yeah. Here, just let it come into you. Just let it come into you. Yep. Holy shit! I didn't even notice you had like no mana left. This is a very weird ward. Look what you're doing. Why ward here when Udir's on the south side? Why the hell did Udir go Scuttle Crab? Because he lost left. Yeah, so what ended up happening is Udir tried to full clear, lost his left side Scuttle, and then to avoid getting double crabbed, he actually ended up going bot side. And relative to the wave state in bot lane, maybe Udir saw that Elise could have first. Elise might be able to, I don't even fucking know. Maybe I don't think bot lane has anything to do with it because they just died. And I don't have any information on bot lane. But okay, you know what? It's gold. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Okay.
So the reason
this is the route Udir takes. No, yeah, this route isn't bad. This route's actually probably better for bot lane, and this is actually a good thing that he's doing this, right? The only downside is you ward the left side when Udir's on the south side.
Yeah. So the reason I worded that, I think at that point, I was just thinking, why is Elise taking so long? So I assumed she went to his Krugs into Scuttle, and then roughly around that time she was.
Okay, so maybe Elise did this, which is actually very unlikely, and then maybe Elise is gonna do this. Which one's more likely? The right side. The south side is more likely. The fact that Elise is going to Krugs, first of all, I don't think is actually possible. Second of all, we know that Udir's on the south side, so even if a 2v2 does break out, you still have support here on the right side, right? Not to mention, your bot lane has a level of priority, and so even if something does end up happening, Thresh could actually just walk up. Although this is gold, I'm thinking of it as like in hypotheticals, right? When you play like with better players and everything. And so it goes back to the thing we talked about, where you should pick south side, get the ward, and then just play south side.
Yep.
Okay? And then here, here you should start autoing. Like just passively auto the
wave,
yeah, to thin the wave. You should passively start autoing, right? Like here you should auto. Right here, like there's no reason why you don't auto this minion here. This minion's about to be in last hit range soon. You know you have like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have like 5 reds, right? So you have a +5 advantage on the red side. And what ends up happening is If you just auto this now, you kill this one, and then you can passively auto this. This wave locks in. Here, you win.
Yeah.
And then Udyr's routes are straight down in mid lane. Right? Udyr's routes are straight down into mid lane. That was a pretty good Q, but you lose a lot of mana. But it doesn't really end up mattering because you end up because you have a good lane state, right?
Yeah.
So you can regen. So it ends up being okay, and then you have a Biscuit coming. So this is not so bad. Annie should not stay at this point.
Yeah.
Like here, Annie should be dead, but it's gold, so Annie doesn't end up dying. Udyr ends up going to his Gromp, which is just okay, I guess. Why are you clicking south? Look at this.
Yeah. No, I remember this. I messed up.
Click like this. Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I was like drinking something. Holy shit. I was like drinking tea. Fuck. I'm good. Oh god, my fucking throat. Yeah.
This I remember. I messed up.
I almost fucking died. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Here.
I hope you're okay.
No, I'm good. I'm just kidding. Now, yeah, like click south doesn't make sense. Click up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
She's gonna miss. These players are very one-dimensional. They don't play mind games with you. They're always gonna hit you where you. I mean, here I think you just. I don't even know.
No, you're about to watch some really interesting play for money.
Oh my god. Holy shit, that was...
I remember after this, I was like, what the fuck just happened?
What are the scouts doing when we have such great NA talent, just in the depths of solo queue?
It's US.
Oh, sorry, US... Okay, well, now I can't make as much fun of that. Shit. I mean, still, it's...
Yeah, it was...
Jesus Christ. What are you going? Go Darksteel, yeah, there you go. Jesus, you buy slow. Dude, this isn't fucking Boxing Day. Don't take your time. Go. Like, you're like, there's no sale and shit, dude. Just go, you know? I mean, there you should, okay. I mean, you should W the lane.
Yeah, so that's the thing, like, well, I do it here because and it was a bit slow. But earlier stuff, when I just get Dark Seal plus Mana Crystal or Amplifying Tome, I usually don't W because I'm trying to get back to lane faster, and I leave.
Oh, and then you. Okay, sure. Are you talking about you're gonna waste mana?
Yeah.
Okay, well you're already wasting mana.
What do you mean?
Just throw it a Q.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. But so this is a scenario where I had full mana, but let's say in scenarios where I leave the base with, let's say 60% mana.
Oh yeah. For a better lane state, yeah. Definitely don't W then. Don't W then. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you're gonna get handed off like a blue buff or something, or you know there's a honey fruit spawn. Yeah. I know like a lot of mid laners they don't track honey fruit, and I think that's really bad.
Okay.
I mean that's like kind of advanced, but that's a little extra. But yeah, I guess you can do that.
So as soon as I got the fuck, I can't remember the book thing, the blue book that gives you mana regen on level up. As soon as I have that,
Lost Chapter.
Lost Chapter. And then I always W.
Well, after Lost Chapter, Orianna becomes really like Orianna becomes a different champion.
Yeah.
Right? Orianna becomes a different champion after Lost Chapter. Now, okay, here's the plan. I'm not going to talk to you about anything further in this session.
Okay.
And the reason for this is because you have so much to work on already. We have the these are the fundamentals that I need you to really start to understand. So what we'll do is we'll go over a challenger Orianna player. So obviously we'll continue, but I'm going to stop the recording here, and this is going to be on YouTube again, right? And what you need to do is you need to work on these fundamentals. Have purpose for everything you do. Even if it's the wrong purpose, have purpose. Space in between autos, look at the proximity of the next wave, track the jungler, read CS, ward relative to where the jungler might be. And then obviously, like I didn't really talk much about Annie's movements in the sense where you could have gone in when she blew a cooldown or whatever. But I mean, that's stuff that you that's pretty obvious, right? This is stuff that you need to work on from gold, platinum. This is stuff that you need to work on from platinum to diamond. Stuff you need to work on from diamond to masters, and then even like masters to like grandmaster plus. You need to work on this stuff, right? This is the stuff that'll get you to high MMR. Any questions?
Yeah. No.
Okay, perfect.